About the question that you have for me is about the deployment, right?
Yeah. The client didn't satisfied with our deployment.
Yeah.
We have tried use his requirement methods, but we can't make it. We change use another methods, but he said this methods didn't meet his requirement.
Jacob, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what he wants is so it's true that you are using Docker, but then that's not how he wants you to use Docker. So you know how in Docker you can, do you know what is a Docker file?
Yes.
And do you know how in a Docker file you can run any command you want? You can edit a Docker file, you can create, so it's almost as if it's like a recipe. So it's like, imagine when you're cooking dinner, Docker file is like a recipe of how to do different steps.
Part of.
Sorry?
Yes. We tried, but failed.
Oh, sorry.
We tried, but failed.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, sorry, I was on a train. Sorry about it. So you know how in Docker file you can write down different arbitrary command.
Yes.
So I think what the professor wants is that he wants you to write a Docker file that can automatically deploy the entire system. So within your Docker file, it will first need to build a like what web server are you using?
CentOS.
Sorry?
CentOS.
Oh, okay. CentOS is just a Docker OS, isn't it?
It's Linux, I think.
So maybe it will be better if I find some example of what the professor wants you to do. Give me like maybe like 1 or 2 minutes for me to search up some example.
Okay.
Okay. So the client wants me to use one doc file to do all the things. Do we need some other software, or just everything one doc file?
Everything should work directly with Docker. You shouldn't need any other software.
Okay.
So the Docker itself should automatically deploy all the necessary software. That's basically what the professor wants.
But the problem is, if we use the Docker file, it means we need to log in to the terminal of the server every time to run it.
So you can use GitHub Action to automatically deploy the Docker file. So you know how when you are building the Docker files, you would Docker pull the image?
Yes, I know how to put the image.
Yeah, so you can make it so that whenever you create a new commit, it will automatically create a new image based on your GitHub repository.
Yeah, but I do not know how to make my project become a work package and upload it to the server.
Is it so? Right now for your project, what are the steps that you need to deploy your server?
Okay, I search the image, I put the image, I run the image. Yeah, so I have the image and its content of it. I use the Tomcat, so I have a content of the Tomcat. Then I put my, then I package my project and become a WAR package, a WAR file, and I put this file into the Tomcat image, then restart it.
So what is Jackin doing? So what's the purpose of Jackin?
And Jackin can get the code from the GitHub, not the local, and he can package it. Yeah.
But you can also do that in a Docker file, right?
Actually, I don't know because I use the web page interface.
So whenever you create, like, so first of all, you know what a Docker file is, right?
Yes.
And in the Docker files, you have different command, right?
Yes.
So whenever you run the command, it will always run the latest command. So you can build it many times and it might build different things based on what command you have. So if you always git clone the actual repository, it will always clone the latest.
I have a question.
Yes.
If I have a Docker file, and in the Docker file I put the image, yeah, I run it once, so I already have the image. Why run it twice? What do I have?
Because for example, when you build an image, yes, it will build whatever at that time in place is. But let's say if you later on update your GitHub repository, and then if you run the image again, it will use the latest GitHub repository.
Oh yeah, I want to say it's about the pull image. Pull the image. For example, I have a Docker file, then only one command, Docker pull Tomcat. Then I run it once, so I already have the Tomcat image. Then when I think run it, what will happen?
Yeah. So I understand what I think I understand what you're trying to say, yes. But I think Professor just want everything packaged into one single Docker file. So you can just Docker run the Docker file, and then everything will automatically run by itself.
Oh, Docker run Docker. Okay, I got it. So also including upload get the code from GitHub.
Yeah. So within the Docker file, within the Docker file, it should have some command to download the latest Git repository.
Yes, I tried it last week, but I failed, and the professor need us to finish it before Friday, and there are just 2 days left. I don't think we can finish it in 2 days, and they might give a 5 no. Yeah, we want to ask if there are any influence on our project. Can you get it? Hi, Tim.
Hi, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you mean by 5 nodes?
We just show the professor the form. He told us
form,
he won't give us 5 nodes about the part 1.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I told him we can send him the project documentation and the product documentation later, but he told us we didn't show him now, so he will give us no. and about the king stage and the meet requirements also give us no because we failed at the deployment. So our question is if we can't make the deployment and he give us 5 nodes, can we still pass the capstone?
So it because like your other marker, Dr. Zhu would also mark your project. It's not just me who will mark the project. I think I wouldn't say you would just fail, but I think you should try your best to fit at least some requirements from the.
Yeah. We will try,
Yeah.
but it's only 2 days. We tried last week we tried use his methods to deployment, but we fail. And this week we use another methods and success of the deployment, but it didn't meet his requirements. So he still want to give us no.
Sure.
And we only have 2 days. On Friday afternoon, he also can make another client meeting with us. And we will write the project documentation and the product documentation. But I guess the professor is strict. He might also will give us no again. So we still worried about if he give us a low mark and 5 no, can we still pass the capstone?
It's possible, yes.
Oh, it's possible, yes.
Yes. Sometimes when the client is too difficult, we also consider that. So you shouldn't stress out too much about that. As long as we can see that you are trying your best, then we would consider that.
Okay.
But having said that, I would still encourage you to try your best to accomplish what the professor is asking. But yeah, I can guarantee you that you wouldn't fail the subject just because of 5 no's.
Okay. That makes sense. Thank you.
No problem. That's okay.
And we still have 2 days. We will try our best to use his to meet his requirements.
Yeah. I'm trying to search for. I think one recommendation from me would be, I think you are not too, you may be a bit confused on what is Docker for? Because Docker is basically like a script for you to run a bunch of things. You don't really need like, so as what the professor had mentioned, using Jenkins is not necessary. And let me just find some example where you can just try to follow to see whether it helps you to understand what that is about.
Which database are you using? Are you using MySQL?
Sorry,
Which database are you using? Are you using
MongoDB we
MySQL?
use.
Oh, MongoDB, okay.
Hi, team.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
We will find by ourselves because
Oh.
it is very hard to find them. Yeah.
Uh,
This is our project. We should finish it by ourselves. Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to. Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to find things that are relevant. Let I want to show you something that is more relevant to your use case, but right now I'm trying to search for it.
Thank you. Yeah, if
well,
you
that's-
find some, that would be great.
That is okay. Okay, so I found something. It's not the best example, but it should give you an idea of what you can use Docker file with. So in the example, once you have opened it up, it has two different files. One of them is README. The other is the content of the Docker file, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's have a look at the Docker file. So you see in the Docker file, basically it has a lot of different run commands to run different things, right? So in this example, what they are doing is they first install Go, and then they install Jenkins, and then they install some plugins. And then in this example, they are running some Java file. So in your scenario, what you would do instead is maybe you might install all the database and install the so you mentioned that you're using Tomcat and then you're using MongoDB. So maybe in your Docker file, you first install all dependencies in the like tell Docker to install all the dependency, and then you will maybe then run git clone of your repository so that you can copy the code inside a Docker file, and then you would then deploy it by exposing the port number and then running command at the very end. Does it make sense of what Docker file is doing here? It's just basically running a list of commands, but then afterwards, you will be saved as like an image. And then whenever you start the image, you then start everything all together. So it can start the MongoDB and then start the Tomcat all together. So you have to start different services one by one. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes, clearly.
I want to say you can say no if you don't understand. So first of all,
I understand, but the command is very difficult and have many issues when I do it. Yeah.
We have tried it before.
oh, you have tried before. Okay. What have you tried before?
GitHub Action.
Are you guys not familiar with Linux? Is that why it's a bit difficult?
We try to use the Docker file to build it, but we still do it.
Do you want to show me an example of what you understand?
I do not have the example.
What did you say? What did you say?
Your mic is unclear.
Right? Oh, but I just want to help you guys on understanding what you have to do. Is there a specific issue that you can show me right now, and then I can try to tell you what to do? So right now is a specific, like, can you show me, do you have like an example of the Docker file that you have created previously? I can try to help and have a look. Or not? No, both are okay. You don't have to force yourself to put it. Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, so like, is there anything else that I can help you with?
We will try our best to write the Docker file. Yeah.
But do you understand the concept of it?
I understand. I searched a lot last week, but
Okay.
it's fair. Yeah.
So what issue were you having?
I'm familiar with the Linux command. Yeah.
I see. That is totally understandable. Is there one specific issue that I can help you with right now? So like, do you have an issue that you couldn't solve before? Could you try to tell me what that is?
Not any so far.
Oh, okay. Like, do you have questions on how to do certain commands?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so how about now? How about you guys can try to work on it for like a while, maybe like a day or like a few hours, maybe a day, I don't know. So while you're working on it, feel free to always just send me a message.
Yes, if we have any questions we don't know, we will seek help from you. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Tim. We can't hear you. You might have some problem. It's unclearly. Hello?
Hi, is it clear?
Yeah, it's better now.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello?
So how about now? You guys start working on it because you to have another call to try to help you on that. Would that be okay? Hello?
Hi.
Hi, yes.
喂，他走了。
其实他最后说什么，我根本没听清楚。
听不清啊，一直是电音流麦。
对，就电音，然后他又走了。